Hello, hello, Gorgiosos. How are we doing today? I'm doing wonderfully. I just had a dentist appointment. Okay, so I'm gonna be trying something new regarding discipline and willpower. So I'm gonna be trying like a brand new tactic and shit. I just want to tell you guys about it. The I'll explain the problem first, okay? So the problem was, obviously I do reflecting. So again, I recommend reflecting as well. But I do reflecting, and I found out that I tend to procrastinate when I'm in what I like to call, what I've coined, like the Diddy mode, okay? Now, obviously, P. Diddy's just like anything weird and shit. And my script open. Yeah. It's like this, like the physical, stupid, mental manifestation of my urges. So it's like the Diddy mode. Okay, it's like when I'm tired, for example. When I'm tired, I'm in, instead of just saying I'm tired or something, it's a bit more like complicated than that. But instead of saying I'm like tired or something, or I'm just like I feel stressed, I just all call it like under one big umbrella term called the Diddy mode. Okay, and the Diddy mode is basically when I have no control over my actions. I'm just like an urge beast. Okay, so if I get urges, I just follow them. I get the urge to scroll, I scroll. I get the urge to eat, I eat. This is what I like to call Diddy mode, and that's the only time I'll really procrastinate. And then what I found is that when I'm in Diddy mode, I can think about discipline, right? Like even if I think about discipline, I think like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. It's like I'm a spectator in my own life. Like that part of my brain that's saying this is just like it's probably like the prefrontal cortex. It's just like taking a back seat. It's like chilling in the like the not even the back seat, like the back seat. Like you know how some cars have, like my car has like the ultra back seat. It's like chilling in the ultra back seat while my amygdala and like another part of my fucking brain, they're riding like the driver and the shotgun, and they're the ones like controlling the car, which is like my body. Okay, so I found out that I only procrastinate when I'm in Diddy mode. I don't procrastinate when I like to call it like, well, I haven't thought of a term, but let's just call it super mode, okay, or discipline mode. It's basically when I'm like disciplined and I'm focused, and like the opposite happens. It's really hard for me to procrastinate when I'm in like disciplined and focused mode. Obviously, these are like arbitrary. I'm just like making them up for ease of explanation and also ease of understanding. Right. And then the second thing I noticed throughout my reflections recently is that I tend to procrastinate around certain times. And I'll tell them to you. The first time I tend to procrastinate is right as I wake up. And this kind of makes sense, right? Because right as I wake up, if I didn't get like a good night's sleep, it's too hot, it's too cold, yada, yada, yada. Or even if it's like I woke up in the middle of a cycle or some shit, my fucking, like my parents woke me up or anything like that. If I wake up groggy and like tired, I automatically just like start in Diddy mode, right? Because I'm like groggy, I'm tired, I don't have that much control over myself and my actions. So right as I wake up in the morning, early morning, is like an area I tend to procrastinate. The second area is like right after I eat, more specifically like lunchtime. Okay, so I eat at 12:15, I believe that's my schedule. Yeah, it's 12:15. Yeah, so I eat at 12:15, and then after I eat, not only because you eat, right, so you get lethargic, your body's in rest and digest mode, but also a lot of people have afternoon crashes, and I have like crazy afternoon crashes. Like in the afternoon, I'm actually like a dumbass like zombie. Like I have no energy in the afternoon. So that the fact that I already have no energy, plus the fact that I have to eat lunch, also turns me into like Diddy mode, where I have like the potential to not control my actions. The next time is after dinner, and it's like same-ish reason. It's because like I don't have an afternoon crash anymore, because duh. But also the main thing is just like dinner is like my huge meal, right? Like I eat like a ton of food for dinner. I'm trying to bulk, so I eat a ton of food. I like try and stuff myself a lot. Since I stuff myself a lot, I get like huge feelings of lethargy, and my body's in rest and digest mode. I'm like Snorlax, so I just ate a big meal, and I gotta like sleep. So right after dinner is also an area I tend to procrastinate in. And the last time is the start of the night routine. And I think the reason I procrastinate at the start of the night routine, because there's no like underlying clear reason. It's not like, I ate a lot or this or this or this. I think the reason I tend to procrastinate is because I sleep 9 hours. And conventional knowledge is to sleep like 8 hours. And I think my body is like, not my body, but like my brain is like brainwashed. So I still think that like 8 hours is acceptable. So like when night routine comes, so that's 9 o'clock. I'm usually like like the feeling I usually get is like, oh my god, like I could like delay this by an hour and still get 8 hours of sleep, which is still like better than like 99% of people. I could delay it like 2 hours and get 7 hours of sleep, which is still like passable. And the fact that I know that is like sort of like enabling me, like it's giving me like an excuse to procrastinate during the night routine. So these 4 areas, right? Now I've explained the problem. This is the problem I have. Obviously, it's like this is not like the worst. I'm not like fucking like dying here, but like as of recently, like this has become a problem. I realized I got procrastinated around those areas. This is something I should work on. So I've come up with a new discipline protocol for myself that I'm gonna start doing, and I recommend. Well, you don't have to do it with me, but I'm gonna try doing it. I'm gonna reflect on it. I'm gonna see how it goes, and I'm going to like maybe share the results in a week or two. And that's assuming I don't forget about this. But basically, it's like a discipline protocol, okay? So the first thing is that, well, it's technically 2 things, 2 solutions, but damn. But the first thing I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna, cause we classified it, right? We got Diddy mode and we got like discipline mode, like super mode. The goal of this first protocol that I'm gonna do is to minimize time in Diddy mode and maximize time in super mode. By sort of like enveloping myself in a discipline veil, like a discipline. I don't want to say shield, like a discipline aura. You know what I'm saying? An aura of discipline. And it sounds hella wishy-washy. It is hella wishy-washy. But the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna like as much as possible. I'm just gonna repeat the word discipline to myself, like out loud. If I'm on my own, it's not that embarrassing. I'm gonna like put a poster. I might not put up posters. These ones are already good enough. But I say I'm in the car, I'll just repeat discipline to myself. I'm not wearing my watch right now, but when I do wear my watch, maybe I set like a timer for every 5 minutes. It like just like buzzes a little and it says the word discipline. And then maybe on my phone I set a reminder. That might be a little extreme though. But basically, I'm just gonna remind myself to be in this discipline mode of myself as much as possible. And that's because the way I see it, there's like 2 ways, right? I can either selectively choose when I use discipline, which is sort of what the second protocol is about, or I can just constantly be in a state of where I'm using discipline and I never give myself a chance to enter like the Diddy state of myself, the Diddy version. So I'd never procrastinate. If you know Jujutsu Kaisen, I think a good analogy is like, like Gojo's Limitless. The way he works is like he puts like at the beginning when he was like a noob, like he wasn't like that good, he wasn't like a goat yet, he had to like manually turn on his like limitless. Okay, if you don't know it, I'll just explain that. Like his limitless technique, it basically makes him invincible, okay? So basically, he had to like manually turn it on because he didn't have like the cursed energy and basically the resources to keep it on all the time. But as he got better and better, he gradually what he did was I don't know Jujutsu Kaisen lore like that. I don't know what he did. But basically, as he got better, he was able to keep it up like 24/7. And then now it's just like 24/7 guaranteed protection. Same thing here. It's like, whereas before, I had to like selectively use discipline. Now I'm just going to try and use discipline like the whole day. Just being a flow state of discipline. And obviously, I don't expect myself to like keep it up because your discipline is like a muscle, right? You can strain it. But I do expect this to like grow my discipline thing massively. And I think I'll be able to keep it up for the first couple of hours in the day. And if I can do that, there's like momentum and snowball and other things that'll help me out through like the later parts of the day. So that's the first thing I'm going to try. The first protocol is just to repeat, like just constantly be in like this discipline mode of myself. The second thing I'm going to do is, remember we talked about like the 4 areas where I tend to procrastinate. I'm going to take a poster and also like just keep a special note in my mind. It's going to keep like a special place in my mind. But I'm mainly going to have like a poster and it's going to have those times written out. So right as I wake up, that's a little of a Diddy one, because right as you wake up, sometimes I automatically start in Diddy state. So it's like, what can you do, right? But the other 3, we're going to have like the poster and shit. Or maybe not a poster, maybe an alarm on my phone might be better. But it's just going to have those times written out. And then, so that way I know that during those times, I can sort of like strengthen my discipline. So if we go back to the Gojo analogy, it's like during those times, I know I'm going to be like attacked by the Diddy version of myself. wow, this, please don't take this out of context. But I know I'm going to be like attacked by the Diddy version of myself. Like the urges are going to creep up stronger around those times. So therefore, I have to increase my like discipline. Or like for Gojo, he has to increase his like limitless technique so he can like keep his like barrier stronger and shit. So, and then hopefully that'll help me like procrastinate less around those times. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I've already been doing it for like a week-ish, and it's been like working pretty well, I would say. Yeah, it's been working pretty well. I've seen some benefits, but it's a little too early to see. It's only been a week, cause so that could like the benefits I've seen could be either placebo or it could be just because I'm motivated because I'm trying something new. So, but like, hopefully I remember. I'll come back to this eventually, and I'll tell you guys like how effective the strategy was. I recommend you try it too, because I feel like trial and error, doing things on your own is very good for you. So that's basically it. Just like an update, sort of what I'm gonna be trying to do. And obviously, if it works, I'm going to make a more in-depth video, a lot more practical tips, a lot of other stuff that I learned on this journey for you guys. So, yeah, that's basically it. Thanks, and see ya.